Welcome, YouTubers. Today we're going to go through a life of what an Olympian eats, my wife. But before we get into that, I just wanted to share that our shirts are back in stock. A little bit of this. I'll take these off so I look more serious. Anyway, the caption, to get to these shirts is in the caption below. That YouTube space down here somewhere. Anyway, enough about that. I love them. Hopefully you love them. Thanks for the support. Let's get on with the video. What's up, YouTubers? Today I'm taking on my wife's weightlifting diet. Oh, you get that? Nailed that.
What's up, YouTubers?
No, we've done that.
Sorry.
It's truth. You see my presentation? Right. So let's get into this. Okay, so what we have here today, guys, is breakfast. Breakfast for the Olympian. That certainly doesn't fit for me, but what we have is 100 grams of blueberries, 2 fried eggs, and a bagel. So normally when we did this, I never actually talked about when we did this. So let's just rewind it back a little bit. So we actually are gonna simulate a diet that Tia did when she was in Miami on the transition over to the Rio Olympics in 2016. So in our stay in Miami, we're just sort of shortening our leg. So we're there for about 5 days. In those 5 days, we were just certainly coming off the high of the CrossFit Games and then transitioning in for the Olympics. So Tia's nutrition throughout that period was sort of tapering off to get her to cut weight for the weightlifting. So this is completely different to my normal breakfast. I normally have a late breakfast, so this is quite different already, just with timings and that. But my breakdown is, and this is more of a rough guide, is about 2,600 calories a day. I try to aim for about 150 plus 160 calories, 160 grams of protein, about 350 grams of carb, and about 70 to 80 grams of fat. The reason why I fluctuate between those numbers for the actual macros is because I concentrate more on the calories than the macronutrient levels numbers. So I would typically have a higher carb meal because generally we would train an aerobic piece in the morning. So that's why I would have more fuel just for that piece. For this breakfast is more just grazing throughout the day just to keep the appetite suppressed. Okay, so meal 2. This is just after we've just had a bit of a morning training session. So what it consists of is 50 grams of spinach. This is our greens, you know, Tia loves her greens. Then I have 148 grams, which is 1 serving of white potatoes. I just microwave them and then just put them on the fry pan at the end there. You gotta remember, when we did this in Miami, we're at an Airbnb and we're quite limited with utensils and kitchen appliances, so we sort of improvise. So a lot of these ingredients you may see that are very easy or accessible in the shops as well. So the chicken was actually cooked chicken from Whole Foods and we just microwaved that up. But today I was fortunate enough just to cook up some chicken breast last night and we've been using that as sort of a filling meal throughout the week. So I've just grabbed a bit of that. And that is, let me just check, 130 grams of chicken breast. I've just seasoned that with a bit of salt and pepper. So I'll have this now, have some downtime, and then I'll have a pre-meal, which I'll go through shortly with you guys. Okay, what's up? So, what's happening right now, I'm having my pre-meal for session 2. This is what it looks like. So it's a banana. I think it's about, it is 100 grams. 100 grams of banana, a bagel, and, oh, here we go. And
Some honey?
And some honey, yeah, serving honey. Thanks, Tia, it's my story. So.
Do you want this hat?
I don't need a hat right now. I'm holding this up. So just to be full transparent, so we did session 1. I will say that it didn't impact me at all having a lot less calories than I'm used to, but I am a bit concerned about session 2. I know what's in store for us. We've got a bit more Metcon style training and some lifting amongst that. But I'm hoping this will fuel me for the next 3 hours.
I can't wait to see this.
Okay, take it off me. Take it. Take it, Tappy.
Trapped inside the jungle with no source or control. Saying, Lord, save your soul. If this heaven show you proof, hell's the only thing you know, man. You been fly, you been broke, you been high, you been low. Searching for salvation with no navigation, where to go? You're from the bottom. Mission impossible, any obstacle. Anybody said they're gonna stop you, dude, shoot the bull with an actual wall, so no problem. Still feel lost down here, gone down here. Pain is blood, there's scars down here. Got pie in the sky, but we starve down here. The rich live, they grieve more. The poor die, you grieve more. And even with that said, somehow you survive. You just drop off your luck, somehow you uprise now. Get ready for the...
Alright guys, so I just did a workout again, believe it or not. But what I'm going to do now is, during Tia's weightlifting session, she would have some food to snack on to keep her full, or at least energy throughout the workout. So I'm going to do the same. So we used the Cliff Bar back then. I'm going to use a Cliff Bar again today. So it's just a white chocolate macadamia nut flavor. I think the calories is about 260. So it's quite large in proportion of her meal. So it's got, let me just look at this, 7 grams of fat, protein is 9 grams, and carbohydrates is 42. So a lot of carbs, which is fantastic, which I need before I hit the accessory piece this afternoon. So I did want to mention as well, throughout this period of time as well, Tia was making a conscious effort to drink a lot of water. So she wrote down in her diary at this point that she wanted to accumulate more than 4 liters of water before 6 p.m. I think the reason why she wrote 6 p.m. was so that she didn't sleep with a full belly of water, so she had to get up a couple times through the night. So I'm trying to implement the same, especially on a hot day like this. I've had 2.5, maybe just under 3 liters of water, so I think I've got 3 hours left in the day to accumulate the remainder of 1.5 liters, so hopefully I'm on track for that. And I also wanted to mention her volume throughout this time as well. So leading into the Olympics, we were certainly in a transitional phase from like peak fitness from CrossFit Games, dwindling down to more of a weightlifting standard. So at that point in time, we were doing about 90 minutes to 2 hours worth of training, and that obviously incorporated the rest times throughout each lift and everything like that as well. We were mindful at the time that we were flying to Brazil, so which is a long flight, so we just didn't want to overload anything before we hit the Olympic camp.
Alright guys, here is Shane Orr. He's going to give you a little bit more information.
Hey team, welcome back YouTubers. So, I think I'm up to meal 5, which is post-workout protein shake. So Tia at the time had a different protein brand, but what we've done is we've used First Form.
I was yet to discover the real deal.
Okay, so what happened is that I'm using First Form. I've sort of added some of the ignition to add for the carbs in the protein, just to simulate what you used to have. So this is just 1 scoop of this bad boy. I'm going to have this with glutamine, and also this will be about the 4 liters challenge to get it done before the 6 p.m. So I'm actually on track. I've ticked that box. I'm up to meal 5 and I've just got dinner left. So how am I feeling right now? Feeling pretty good. I think I feel a little bit better after this. I
actually thought you did really well. I was like very impressed.
I'm not. Anyway, that's obviously. But anyway, obviously I did amazing. Just ask me and ask Tia. She's biased. But thank you, and I'll see you at dinner.
I wouldn't say that I'm biased.
I'll see you at dinner.
I wouldn't say...
I will see them at dinner, Tia.
Okay, but I just say, I wouldn't say I'm biased. I'm actually your biggest critic in a way.
She means fan.
Because he's always making me
I don't
do
have
all
any
the hard
biggest
stuff.
fans, so I guess I've got biggest critics. Just out there looking for a biggest fan. My mum's one.
That she is.
Truth. I've just realised that I can only have half this serving. I thought I could have the whole salmon. I think it's going to catch up to me now. Right guys, so the last meal of the night is salmon and rice. So I've got half a container of this container of the VD rice. This is the same rice we used many years ago in that Blue Moon. And salmon. So I thought I get to have the whole salmon, but found out I can only have half. This is going to be interesting. I mean, I feel fine now. Like I feel like the next hour or so or two, I'll be fine. I'm just worried about 11 p.m. rolls around, and if I'm playing PlayStation, do I get a little hungry? But I'm going to be honest. I'm going to keep it real, keep it YouTube, and I'm going to follow through with it. But the thing I've been looking forward to all day is this bad boy. So I believe it's changed from I think it used to be 290 calories. It's now 300. I'm going to take the 300 on the chin. I don't know if anyone can confirm. Probably put a comment below, but I'm pretty sure it was 290. But I want to wrap this up, guys, and I want to go through the breakdown for today. So what we went through just then is that I think I went through 5 meals. I'm sure we can correct that shortly. Just press rewind if you don't remember. But anyway, so the goal was 130 grams of protein, 272 grams of carb, and 44 grams of fat. The total calorie breakdown should have been 1,941. What Shane did, I did 124 grams of protein, 270 grams of carb, and where I let go, or I blew out, was in the fats. I did 46 grams of fat. My calories for this, and I'm yet to add the extra 10, so it's around the 1,930 mark. So very close to it all. We did have to just bounce a few things around, like the bread and the bagel issue, the proteins, mixing that up with First Form. But how I feel now is fine. It's maybe tomorrow reoccurring. If I had to repeat this, it would probably really catch up to me. So Tia would actually do this in leading up for, I think, so don't quote me, for a week long, and then we would then reevaluate her calories then, or her macro breakdown then. So if we lost a lot of weight too fast, then we would readjust, or if she was on track, obviously would maintain. So I'd have to look into it further to see what we did, but I do recall Tia did this for some period of time. I just want to wrap it up here, guys. I am now starting to get hungry, and I don't like cold salmon. So thank you so much for joining. I hope you learned something. I've certainly learned something. I appreciate your time. All the best. Shane's out. Love you all.
I'm gonna bleep this up. Okay. Am I in focus if I'm about there?
No, your head.
There you go. There?
Yeah, that's perfect. Oh no, bend your knee. Yeah.
Okay.
I tilt it up a little bit. Up. Tilt it up. Now down a little bit. Yeah.
Holy. So that's been 30 seconds like that. I'm burnt out.